welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to work some more on our whip that we started on Tuesday night stream. Our trick-or-treaters page in Romantic Country 2. And we are using Brutfuner 520. I've done a little bit more of the stonework so far, and after this video I'll try to get that finished up before I come back to do the next part. But today we are going to work on some other areas. We are going to work on the walls and the shingles up here. So let me zoom you in and we'll get started. Don't want to zoom you in too much, but I want you to be zoomed in enough that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so the colors I've picked for the shingles are these here. And let's see where I have them stuck. That is not it. Okay, this one, yep. All right. So I'm gonna sharpen these pencils real fast and then we'll get moving. And what I'll probably do is I'll talk you through how I'm gonna do one or two of each item, or like just a small section. Like for the walls, it'll just be a small section. And then I'll pause, go off camera and finish it, and come back. Or I'll speed it up and set it to music. Some parts I might speed up and set to music, where others I may just go off screen and finish it, because I don't want the video to be too terribly long. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna start up here, and I'm going to try to start to where it's just somewhere in the middle, just so that you can see the colors on the screen. And I'm just going along where it overlaps. The ones above it overlap. I'm bringing that out. Just kind of like that. And then go over that with capers and bring that out a little bit more. And lastly, antique bronze. Now, I said in the live stream the other night that I felt like these pencils work really well on this paper, and they do, but I do feel like you get much better results the lighter pressure that you use. So like layering up more than using heavy pressure. So, but they do work beautifully in this book. So that right there is how I'm going to do the shingles. I'll do one more with you, and then I'll go off camera and finish that up. Just kind of going around the edge. Yeah. I think I had my pencils in the wrong order. Of course I did. That was supposed to have been dark earth, but that was capers. I'm gonna take the dark earth and try to deepen up the edges just a little. Go. And I will take antique bronze over all of it. And blend those colors together. And I am going to go back over one more time with this, with the dark earth and the capers both. I did have those out of order. I want to deepen up the shadowy areas a little bit more. Just like that. Alright. So let's see. Yeah, I will pause and I will finish those up, and then I will be back to move on to the next part with you. so now we have our shingles all done. So I'm gonna do this part underneath here. And I'm gonna use basically the same colors. I don't have this swatched out on one of these swatch cards just because I just decided to add this extra color in to give it a little bit more depth. But I will show you, so I'm using these as well as After Dark. And I believe there is more than one in the set that's called After Dark. I'm not sure, but just in case, the code on the end is YK24. So that is the one that I'm using. And it's going to be for the deep shadows areas. So we'll put that over there and we'll get started. And I'm just going to do this little section here for you, with you, and then probably go off camera and finish the rest, but I may do another little sped up section just so that you can see even more, although I'm just going to do this pretty simply. I'm using the After Dark right where the shingles stop and just kind of blend that down a little bit. My paper is not where it should be. Alright, so okay, and then I'm gonna bring it down along this little square part here, so it looks like it comes out like it's support or something. Anyway, so then I will go over that with Dark Earth. Just fade that down. Then capers. Let me move this paper so it can quit getting in my way. Well, not getting in my way, but cause issues. And my eraser's got to go. Okay, and then next is Antique Bronze, or lastly it's Antique Bronze. And we'll use that to blend everything together. Like that. And I'm going to set this After Dark to the side, this over, and I'm just going to go around the edges of this. Capers. And Antique Bronze. I keep wanting to say antique, for some reason, Antique Brass. I keep having to look at it to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Alright, so this section, I'm going to use these. This is coming out like that. Capers. And I may add some of that other on on here as well. There's that. So after dark, just along here a little bit, and a little there, all around the edge. But now where this line stops, I'm going to really put a lot of that there, and then along the roof line we'll continue like we did on the other side. And so I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to finish the rest of this, and then we'll come back and move on to the next part. See you in a minute. We have all that finished. So now we're going to move on to the wall, but before we do that, I want to put a bit of a glow around this this light here on the porch. And if you have a circle stencil that's big enough, that's the size that you want to use, by all means use that. Otherwise, you can use anything that you have near you that is a circular shape, or of course you can try to freehand it. Me, I cannot draw a circle, so freehanded. So I have these little clips that I use for various things, and I'm going to use this to create my circle. And I do know it's going to be a little bumpy, it's not going to be completely perfect, but I will fix it. So I'm just, but this way I can see where it's going to be, and make sure that it's where I want it. I have used this on something else and it worked just fine. But because I'm on camera, it's not gonna. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of smooth that out, round that out a little bit, like that. So now I'm gonna fill this in with a light layer of this yellow before we start on the wall. And this will all get smoothed out. By the time we're done with this image. So. And you can always make your circle bigger or smaller or however you'd like. Alright, so we have our light on the wall. So now, the colors I plan on using for the wall are these right here, which are similar to one of the stones that we did, one of the combinations we used for the stones, I should say, but it is just a little different. So I'm going to take the hay, first of all, and I'm just going to put a light layer. I want to move this a little. Put a light base layer down of this hay all over everything. Make sure that you can still see the card, hopefully. Yeah, I think so. All right. So I'm just going to start putting a nice base layer of this hay all over the wall. Cannot talk, as per usual. Alright. Do that there, and then we'll come down here and do the same. I know there are different sections to this wall, but I'm gonna still do mine all in the same color combination. And you probably cannot see this base layer. Probably won't be able to see it, and that's fine. But I just want to put a little base layer down for this. And I'll be more careful, of course, when I go back to do the final layers. Right now, I'm just trying to quickly get a little layer down. Okay. Down here. All right, so now I'm going to take the ginger snap, and anywhere I think there would be a shadow, I'm going to use some of this ginger snap. Again, just really light, just going really lightly here. And as we blend it, everything will get smoothed out, of course. So, not terribly concerned. And I'm gonna go along all of these lines with a little bit of this. the stones a little bit. And of course, since this is such a big area, you could also always use something else to base this with, like watercolor or maybe some water-based markers. I definitely would not use acrylic, seeing how this is a double-sided book. But you know, you could do that, or you could use gel crayons, wet or dry, either one, to base this with. Okay, and again around these stones. And around the windows, on the window, maybe a little there. Okay. Okay. And very, very little around these pumpkins. Just a tiny bit. And around all the stone work. Okay, and down here. And I think a little along the bottom of each of the bones of the skeleton. And the inside. Make him look like he's popping, standing out from the wall a little bit. Just like that. All right. Next, we'll go over all of that with the Cuban sand. I need to move that up a little, don't I? Apparently I went off camera. Sorry about that. I'll probably just finish this up here at the top with you, and then I'll go off and finish the rest. Probably film the whole rest of this side, but speed it up and set it to music for you, and then I'll do the other side on my own, completely off camera. So the last color is hay again. So take the hay over everything. Oops. Blend these colors together. I'm just gonna go along this edge like that, so hopefully I won't run off the edge. Again, if you are doing light layers of this, you can always build on that and add more to your shadow areas if you need to. Once you fill this in, if you're not happy with it. Which I may do when I get the wall finished. Or, yeah. Get this layer finished. Okay. Put that there. Hopefully you can still see it. Okay, just like that. So now I will, I'll finish the rest of this part on camera sped up, such music, and then the other side, like I said, I'll do that on my own separately, and then we'll come back and we'll move on to something else. See you in a bit. Okay, so I have the wall all finished, and I think that's where we're gonna call it for today. And in the next part, we'll work on everything else. We'll work on the door, the window, the grass, and the wheelbarrow over here in the little flower pot, the boy and the duck. And in the meantime, I will finish the stonework here, and the ones around the door right here are going to be done the same as these, just kind of alternated. And I'll get all of that done and all the pumpkins before I come back and us finish up. So yeah, so next time we will hopefully get this done in one more part, but we'll see. If it needs to be done in two, we'll do it in two. But I just want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching to the end. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, or you enjoy videos like these, please do give me a thumbs up. That really does help out the channel. And if you have not done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, stay safe, guys, and happy coloring. Bye.